Good morning. My name is Bruce Crack. On behalf of Reverend Donna Maurer and the memory of Reverend Ronnie, and the practitioners and the board trustees, I'm privileged to welcome you to Sonoran Desert Center of Spiritual Living. Whoever you are, or wherever you are in your spiritual path, you are truly welcome here. Here you'll be validated, supported, and encouraged to be all that you are meant to be. Our vision statement is love in action, every day, in every way. We express this love by learning and living the principle of the science of mind on the back of your program. And it is on the back. I did look. Okay. Would you please follow along as I read it? I believe there's an infinite intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe this intelligent power is only good. I believe this intelligence expresses as me. I believe through my conscious use of this power, I create my life as happy, healthy, and complete. And so it is. Do we have any first-time visitors who'd like to stand and introduce themselves? Okay. I'd like to thank all the people that make this Sunday celebration possible. And first, that's everyone in the seat. It wouldn't be a celebration without you. I'd also like to thank all the people that are behind the scenes, play the music for us, record the program for us. There's a lot goes on behind the scenes that nobody thinks about, but it's all there. Okay.
Well, by now, all of you know that Reverend Ronnie has passed. She passed last Sunday, surrounded by Sunday evening, right before midnight. Charles took her dogs to her in hospice, and they climbed right up on her. And so the dogs were there in her final moments. Charles was there. Loved ones were there. Her dear friends. She was ushered out with chants and songs and readings and touch and love. So this week we had a special doula meeting attended by 24 people, and the emotions were raw. The sharing was beautiful. And in that doula meeting, someone, I don't even know who did, said Ronnie was the spark that put a fire under us. It was Jan. Thank you, Jan. That's hence the flame. Ronnie brought that eternal flame. She's holding it now for us. And we are the ongoing light that will keep this place energized and moving forward just beautifully, okay? So that's why we all have the flame. I encourage you to wear it, and this will just keep us connected to as a center. Melinda just shared a meditation, and I want to read part of it that just speaks so it's so connected to what's going on. It says, as the Christ awakens, the divine spark shot from the central fires of the universal flame is able to warm other souls by the radiance of its self-unfoldment. So every time we see each other with the flame on, just hold that in your heart. We are touched by the internal flame of our love, Ronnie's, and I'm so glad to have Reverend Donna back today too. Thank you. Charles just told me yesterday that he is happy to have the celebration of life on March the 28th at 1 o'clock. So I wanted to announce that to you today. It's not in the bulletin because he just decided yesterday that was a good date. So March 28th at 1 o'clock. And I have just a very short little poem. She struck a spark in this gathering of hearts. It caught in kindness, in courage, and love. Today we hold the flame she helped begin, and together we keep it burning again and again. Okay, all right.
The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you, and you and I are one. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you, and you and I are one. Namaste. Namaste.
Good morning. So I'm going to light this spark so we can all be reminded that we all have a spark within. And when we put all of our sparks together, we become a force to be reckoned with. So for our opening, let's take a breath, go within. Let us remember that spirit is all there is. Spirit is immanent throughout all creation. The power of spirit is within you. Spirit provides peace, love, compassion, and harmony. Reverend Ronnie was radiant, generous, and a deeply committed presence. Her love for spirit, for truth, and for the people she served was unmistakable. May we feel the comfort of the divine holding us gently. May the legacy of her consciousness, compassion, and spiritual leadership continue to inspire and uplift the community. I recognize the infinite presence of spirit at the heart of our center. I know divine wisdom is guiding us. Infinite possibilities unfold with ease. Every step is guided in clarity, and our community is uplifted in truth and love. I release this knowing as it is done, and together we say, and so it is. Thank you. I want to especially thank Kay for everything that she's done. I mean, it's been amazing. She's been a busy girl. But and that meeting on what day was it? Wednesday was absolutely amazing. And I think we should continue that tradition. That was amazing. So Reverend Donna's topic is something about when our world shakes. When our world shakes, whether that's personal upheaval, uncertainty, or something that rattles us, feelings are at the heart of it all. You might feel fear rising like a wave that threatens to overwhelm. You might feel grief for what's shifting or a deep longing for stability. And right here alongside is the quiet courage that emerges. And right here, the courage emerges, and in the shaking, you might discover a pulse of resilience, a deep breath that reminds you of your strength. Let these feelings be your guide. Fear can point to what matters, grief can reveal love, and resilience can lead you forward. When our world shakes, it's easy to feel the stability is slipping. And in Science of Mind, we are reminded that beneath every tremor, spirit is constant. We honor the shaking, we don't deny it, and then we turn inward. There we remember that the same spirit that steadies the universe is within us. We anchor the truth. Spirit's peace, strength, and wisdom are unshakable. We affirm that we are steadied, we feel, and in feeling fully, we find our way to steadiness again, and we step forward in trust. Namaste. So I take the candle, and I'll be holding the high watch, and of course I'm awaiting your prayer requests, because you know, as practitioners, we love to pray. Thank you.
So this is a song that was written by Karen Drucker, Amy Bishop, and Gary Lynn Floyd, three of my New Thought Posse music friends, and three of yours. And it's called Love Always Finds a Way. And it's based upon a quote. It's funny how, when things seem the darkest, the moments of beauty present themselves in the most unexpected places. Karen Marie Moaning.
When you're losing your way, when it's too much to take, when your will is broken, I'm here. I can be a shelter, be a safe place to land. When your heart feels empty, I'm here. I have enough love for both of us. I know it's gonna be okay. I have enough love for both of us, 'cause love always finds a way. Yes, love always finds a way. If the future's unknown and the path's overgrown, I will cradle your soul. Don't fear. Though you don't have the answers, may not know where to go, what you need is inside you. Just trust and know I have enough love for both of us. I know it's gonna be okay. I have enough love for both of us, 'cause love always finds a way. Yes, love always finds a way. I'm your light in the storm. I'm your call to come home. I'm your beacon of hope. You can count on me. You can count on me. I have enough love for both of us. I know it's gonna be okay. I have enough love for both of us, 'cause love always finds a way. Yes, love always finds a way. Yes, love always finds a way. Thank you, Namaste.
What a wild ride, huh? So, good morning. And today I've chosen as our topic, as Melinda said, standing firm when our world shakes. I told this story before, but it was around the pandemic, so it fits here. There's several stories that you might have heard, but they fit. One day, a farmer's donkey fell down into a dry well. The animal cried piteously for hours as the farmer tried to figure out what to do. And finally, he came to the conclusion that there was nothing he could possibly do to save this animal. He reasoned that the animal was old and the well needed to be filled anyway. So perhaps the most humane thing to do, rather than the animal to slowly die in the well, would be to cover him up with dirt to facilitate a quicker death. He invited all his neighbors to come over and help him. They all grabbed a shovel and began to shovel dirt into the well. When the donkey realized what was happening, he cried even more loudly than before. And then, to everyone's amazement, he quieted down. A few shovel loads later, the farmer finally looked down the well and was astonished at what he saw. With every shovel of dirt that hit his back, the donkey would shake it off, stomp on it, and take a step up. As the farmer's neighbors continued to shovel dirt on top of the animal, he would shake it off, stomp on it, and take a step up. Pretty soon, everyone was amazed as the donkey stepped up over the edge of the well and trotted off. Life is going to shovel dirt on us, all kinds of dirt, because we live as human beings in a human world. So the trick to getting out of the well is to shake it off, stomp on it, and step on up. You and I have had those experiences of crisis, of dark night, and yet we are still here. We still smile, laugh, and realize how precious life is because we have been able to transform the dirt that life throws at us into new meaning and new paths. In fact, for many of us, it has been those in-the-well experiences that have been the catalyst for our own greatest transformation. When I lived in Los Angeles years and years and years ago, I went to a lovely nail salon every 2 weeks. And I sat next to a man named Ben, who was always happy and he had a good word for everybody. He lived alone and he made cookies for the women at the salon. And I could hear him saying things like, "Mary, I know you don't like chocolate chips, so I made lemon bars just for you." And then one day, sitting next to him, I noticed the numbers that were tattooed on his arm. And I asked him about it. And he said that he was living in Holland as a very young teen, and his family was hiding a Jewish family. They were caught, and everyone was hauled away to the concentration camp. He was the only survivor. And I asked him, Ben, with all that you have been through, how can you be so full of joy? And he looked at me with beautiful brown eyes and he said, Donna, because I have learned that life is precious. The more years we are on this earth, the more experiences we acquire. And we have been given the gift of choice. We can choose to use the experiences as a means to step up to a greater life. Or we can choose to give in to them and see the world with bitter eyes. Mythologist and author Joseph Campbell, when asked about the meaning of life, said, I believe that life as such has no meaning. We bring meaning to it. In his book, Why Bad Things Happen to Good People, Rabbi Harold Kushner says, let me suggest that the bad things that happen to us in our lives do not have a meaning when they happen to us. They do not happen for any good reason which would cause us to accept them willingly. But we can give them a meaning. We can redeem these tragedies from senselessness by imposing meaning on them. The question, he says, we should be asking is not, why did this happen to me, or what did I do to deserve this? Because that's really an unanswerable, pointless question. A better one would be, now that this has happened to me, what am I going to do about it? And he goes on in his book to tell two stories. The first about a girl from a poor family that had an alcoholic and abusive father. The mother died when this girl was 8, and 2 years later, the father abandoned his 2 children. Shortly after the 2 kids were sent to a foster home, her brother passed away. And on top of all that, earlier at the age of 3, the girl was having vision problems, which eventually became worse in spite of multiple surgeries. Her vision became so bad that she had to be sent to the school for the blind. Another child, an 8-year-old black girl from a very poor family, was molested and raped by her mother's boyfriend. She was so psychologically traumatized that she became mute and could not speak for 5 years. Later, when she was 17, she became a single mother and had to work as a shake dancer to make ends meet. Yet both of these women gave meaning to their lives. They were able to spiritually shake off the dirt of horrendous experiences and use those experiences to create a better world. The orphan girl that was becoming blind did not lose her vision completely, and she eventually became the valedictorian of her class. Annie Sullivan became a tutor and mentor for the blind, and her life experiences helped her connect to one particularly difficult blind, deaf, and mute student named Helen Keller. The abused girl who became mute for 5 years found her voice and eventually moved on into theater, music, and poetry. She was nominated for the Pulitzer Prize and the National Book Award. Maya Angelou has been on 2 presidential committees and even read one of her own poems at a presidential inauguration. And her words continue to inspire generations. You and I are reeling from Reverend Ronnie's passing. And I think for our own comfort and understanding, we too are looking for meaning. And one of the conclusions I've reached is that for the 2 short months that she was with us, we had an unmitigated love affair. We felt her shower us with her love, and we loved her back with every fiber of our being, and I include Charles,
her husband in that love. What a beautiful experience for all of us. And if it was Reverend Ronnie's time to leave this planet, what better send-off could she have been given? Thank you. So if we think about it, you and I have always used our experiences to create meaning for our lives, especially those that shake our world. And I trust that we are reaching out at this time, sharing both our joys and our sorrows, for that is the fullness of who we are. You know, often those in the science of mind philosophy believe that we should share only good things. We believe that if we're feeling bad, if we're going through some kind of a dark night of the soul, that we have failed our religion in some way. Yet the two greatest gifts we can give another is the sharing of our joy and the sharing of our grief. And that's because when we share our joy and our grief with someone else, that person is allowed to give back their greatest gift, which is compassion. When I was in Florida, I had a dear friend, Rabbi J.R. Davis. He told me a story about his grandfather who taught at a Jewish high school. The high school wanted him to put on a play about ways of finding God and asked J.R.'s father if he would write something and help produce it. J.R.'s grandfather was a humble man, but he agreed to try. They told him he could use all the students he needed and that they had a warehouse full of props that were at his disposal. After a few days, he said that he would need 3 students, and for props, he asked for a single bench. On the night of the performance, when the curtain came up, there were 3 students seated on the bench. The first boy rose and said, "I come from a very poor family. My fervent desire is to go to college, to be the first in my family to graduate. Yesterday, I received word that I had been granted a scholarship and my dream was coming true. I was elated, filled with joy beyond measure, and it was in that intense joy I found God." He sat down, and the second student stood. I, too, come from a very poor family. From the day I started school, I knew I wanted to go to college. It's been my lifelong dream. Yesterday, I received word that my request for a scholarship was rejected. I was heartbroken. I cried into my pillow most of the night. And somewhere in the midst of my deepest agony, I found God. He returned to the bench, and the third boy came forward. I was with my friend when he got the news that he had received his scholarship to college. I shared his joy. I jumped up and down with him. I hugged him and I kissed him. And I was with my friend who received news that he did not receive a scholarship. I shared his grief. My heart broke with his. I cried with him, and I held him. With both of my friends, I found in myself a deep compassion I had not known existed. And in that compassion, I found God. The third boy went back to sit on the bench, and the curtain closed. Whether we realize it or not, we are on this earth to experience the eternality, the immense mystery of what we call that divine presence and what we and others call God. Not God as a distant entity for which we must search outside of ourselves, but the innermost part of us that transcends all earthly experiences and is the firm foundation upon which we truly live. Our world is shaking today as we say bon voyage to Reverend Ronnie. This whole idea of shaking it off, stomping it down, and stepping on up takes on a completely different dimension. If we are to stand firm when our world shakes, then what we are shaking off are the fears of an impermanent world. What we are stomping down is the belief that what we see and face right now is the only reality. And what we are stepping up to is faith in the ability of the universe and our own ability to go forth with a peace that passes all understanding. We can be the healing flame in a shaking world as we step into the greater mystery of ourselves as divine beings with all the aspects of that divinity: love, truth, beauty, harmony, peace. And knowing that this is the truth of our being, we can stand firm when our world shakes. And for any fear or doubt that makes its way into our consciousness, let's take a lesson from the donkey in the well to shake it off, stomp on it, and step on up. Thank you. Namaste. Love you too.
I'm going to ask you to stand again.
I'll just keep going.
All right. In beauty, may I walk all day long. May I walk through the seasons. May I walk. May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace on this path. May I walk through the life. May I walk in old age. May I walk. May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace. May I walk. 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 May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace, in joy. May I walk in love. May I walk in gratitude. May I walk. May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace, in stillness. May I walk in forgiveness. May I walk in loving kindness. May I walk. May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace. May I walk. 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 May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace. May I walk in peace.
Wow. I just love what you find for us to sing. You know, I mean, they're just right on. Thank you. And it's such a joy and pleasure to have Stephen here with us too, because wow. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. And again, another thank you to Kay, because I know what she's been doing at all hours of the day and night. And a lesser soul couldn't do it. That's for sure. Before we take our offering, I want to remind you that we are having our annual membership meeting today. And the meeting is open to absolutely everyone. The only thing that you can't do is vote. So you can't vote on the budget and you can't vote on our new board members. But other than that, come see what's happening. Stay with us, because we're little, but we're powerful. And I think that we need to remind ourselves of that. So please stay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so it's time for our offering. The time to celebrate the abundance of the universe, really. And won't you join me in our offering affirmation? My gift goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless all that it touches. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I share generously of my good, knowing that it returns to me, multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
Know me, know you, one. Know me, know you, love. Know me, know you, one. Know me, know you, love. Sing that with me. Know me, know you, one. Know me, know you, love. You're the inspiration, manifestation out of devastation. True. Sing with me. Know me, know you, one. Know me, know you, love. Know me, know you, one. Know me, know you, love. Got no limitations. I'm a new creation. This calls for celebration. Born again. One more time. Know me, know you, one. Know me, know you, love.
So thank you for your generosity that allows us to be a beneficial presence in this community. I know Carol Ann and all of a sudden I'm blank. Susan, represented us yesterday at the chili cook-off, so I want to acknowledge them because that's a lot of work, and it allows us again to be that beneficial presence within the community. We have a name here, so, and we also contributed to the chili cook-off. So I want you to know that. So let's just take a moment to close this out in prayer. Grab a snack and come sit down for the meeting. We have a lot to get through. We'll try to do it as quickly as possible. I know that there is one divine power and presence that we call God. And I know that I am, and we are each, a manifestation of that one. So that the truth of our being goes far beyond any ways that our world shakes. And we do find that peace that passes all understanding because that is the truth of who we are. I bless Reverend Ronnie on her new path as I do John Lopez. And I know that as we speak our word together, we are creating a sense of peace for those who are feeling that grief. I give thanks that we are here as this spiritual family, that we are strong in our faith and our love and our feeling that this is truly our family. And I know that with that, we can get through anything. And I just give thanks for each of you, give thanks for all of this as we say together, and so it is. Thank you. May we stand and sing Stand.